Hey, fat fish heads! It's time for another edition of the hottest new podcast on all platforms, Fat Fish. Sit back and strap yourself in for the wildest ride on the open seas. Now, flap your fins for the fabulous Fat Fish brothers, Eric Fish Snyder and Brad Grunny Grunberg, a.k.a. Snacks.
That is not Brad Grunberg, okay? That is Jason Bennett, a big-time friend of the show on Fat Fish number 101. Brad couldn't make it today. Went to his mother's birthday, and maybe that's it. He took his dog to the dog park. He probably ate some of the dog's snacks. He's having trouble with the internet, but eat her Snickers, Brad. Eat her Snickers bar, Brad. You look a lot like JB. What's happening?
Not much, man. How's it going?
Good, good. You're the perfect guy to have on because there's not a bigger sports fan that I know, and I'm blessed to have met. And you are the original Philly fanatic, and you are well versed on everything Philadelphia. You're
Yes, sir.
blessed. Your
Yes,
Eagles
sir.
just won a Super Bowl,
Yes,
so you
sir.
live off that until next January. The Phillies are a good team, but you're also living with the draws of the 76ers and the Flyers. So we'll get into that. What I want to
Mhm.
start with is how's your family?
Everybody's doing well. Just living life, taking it day by day, and moving things along. As we come up on our third year here in Vegas, so everything is going well for us so far.
You getting acclimated. I know you lived in the Bay Area. You're from Philly, but last summer was brutal, and you see we're starting to hit the 90s already in April. So, for
Yeah.
those watching or listening throughout the United States, this is a weird month. April's a weird month because it can go to 90 and 60. But then once we hit those hundreds, it stays 100. And
Yeah.
ask JB, he'll tell you it
Yeah.
stays 100 at night for
Oh
90
yeah.
days.
For
So.
sure. I mean, it's really brutal. I mean, once you start getting into the 100-degree weather and things like that. But I think the best part of it is that, when it starts, it's almost time for the kids to get out of school. So that's a plus right there. We don't have to deal with that and kids going to school and things like that. But when they go back, they're still getting parts of that 100-degree weather for a couple of weeks before when they go back to school. So yeah.
When I bartend graveyard, I'll go out at 3 o'clock in the morning and I'll just get some fresh air because it's hot. The bar's great. The bar's well acclimated, but I go outside. I have an app on my phone, 98 to a freaking 102 degrees sometimes. So that's
Yeah.
what I miss about Los Angeles is that it can get hot during the daytime and then at night it cools off. So we
Yeah.
live it. We don't have tornadoes. We don't have hurricanes. Knock on, we don't have earthquakes yet. So we'll get to that. My big depression comes from the fact that you're the perfect guy to be my therapist today. And we talked about it at the bar.
Mm.
I'm a diehard football fan. I
No,
watch, I'll
100%.
soak up the UFL. I'll watch this new arena league we have a team in Henderson. But when college and NFL ends, yes, I like other sports. You have a love for the other sports more than I do.
Yeah.
So or is the NFL your number one sport?
NFL is definitely my number one sport. Then I would say basketball. Now, I mean, right now, I mean, as far as hierarchy and for the Philadelphia teams that I support, is basketball. I mean, it's football, then it's baseball, then basketball, and then hockey. So it's like after all of the NFL goes away, like you said, college football goes away, then it's like, oh, you're going to watch baseball for, basketball is still on, about to go into the playoffs, but then you're getting into the baseball season, which, it's cool to watch, from the beginning to see how teams start off. But then you have baseball is such a long period. They play 162 games every year. So it's like, some people watch it at the beginning, don't watch it in the middle, and then watch it around when it's time to get ready for the playoffs. But I watch as many Phillies games as I can because I can't get out to Philly to see them like I would want to in person or whatever. But yeah, I just love Philly sports, and my hierarchy is football, baseball, basketball, and then hockey.
Mine's football. We
Yeah.
know, the Raiders, and I love all LA teams. People watch the podcast know that I'm addicted, but I'm addicted to football. But your
Yeah.
back is my man cave. I got it, over my left shoulder or over the right and like left of the screen. There is my Blitnikov shrine. I got the Raider flag. I go through a real depression that
Hmm.
needs therapy when football's over, man. And
Yeah.
you turn on the NFL Network, you go, okay, you figure, okay, at least I have an outlet. All they do is show old games from. Now, you know what they had on this morning when I'm at work?
What's that?
The Tyrone Tracy game against the Seattle Seahawks for the New York
Oh,
Giants, and I'm like,
wow.
okay, you
Wow.
know, you know what I miss, you know what I
Hmm.
want to watch. So
Hmm.
to go on YouTube's a great, and the Fat Fish podcast is on YouTube.
Hmm.
Um, I like to watch the old highlights from the '70s and the '80s. You ever do that and listen to the football music, the NFL films
Yeah.
music from
Yeah.
Sam Spence, and you
Yeah.
see like the LTs and the way football was played. My
Yeah.
concern, and I'm going to segue into this,
Mm.
if you look subliminally at it, JB,
Hmm.
football's trying to sell the masses on flag football. Just look at it from a long, and I'm telling you, too old school. I'm talking for you too. In 10,
Yeah.
15 years when it goes flag football, I'm done. I'm not
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah.
Not watching.
I would never watch that. It's like, man, that's we come from an era where it was hard nosed football. The things that they do now, I mean, I think it's like that pretty much in all sports, but football and basketball for sure is just like it's becoming softer and softer every year because the rule changes every year and things of that nature. It's just like they're trying to ban the tush push in Philly. Like it's like nobody's ever got injured off of that play, and there you got teams out there that's trying to ban it. It's like for what? It's like be better. Be better at defense and how to defend the play. These guys actually practice that play in practice. So it's like learn how to defend it. Don't make the game soft. You know what I'm saying? It's a man sport, so you have to be able to be a man and play the sport. You don't like it, figure out how to defend it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Dan Campbell, the head coach of the Detroit Lions, was a big advocate for that at the
Hmm.
last owner, and by saying, you know what? The hell with all these guys that voted against it. Stop it.
Yeah.
It gives me a lot of momentum to be competitive and stopping that play and then
Yeah.
using it to our advantage. I agree with Nick Sirianni, the head coach of the world champion, Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles,
Yes,
when he
sir.
said, "I can't believe that there's 16 owners that don't because they can't stop it. Just
Yeah.
adapt to it." And you're
Yeah.
right. The problem I have with that, you just said it. If the play JB caused injuries and it was
Hmm.
proven, get rid of it.
Yeah.
We don't have enough injuries in football,
Yeah.
but it doesn't.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off that when they do something like that, I mean, the NFL's weird. They adapt things. Like in the last owners meeting, I was
Mm.
always for whatever you have. I want your opinion on this. Whenever you have a rule that's in the playoffs, it should be in the regular season. The
Yeah.
overtime rule. So if
Yeah.
you score a touchdown in overtime in the first possession, the other team gets a chance. It wasn't
Yeah.
in the regular season. You're
Yeah.
you're you're really defaming the game when you do that. So they did that,
Hmm.
and the NFL's NFL. So Roger Goodell, listen to this. Roger
Mm.
Goodell's goal was to make it a $27 billion a year
Crazy.
annual income for the owners by 2027. They hit it. All right. I
Wow.
mean, it is such an oligarchy in the NFL, and I don't love it for that. I
Hmm.
love it not even for the. I love it for the simple strategy of an offensive coordinator against a defensive coordinator and vice versa.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, and that's it. It's like, we're going mano a mano. My thinking against your thinking. I'm better than you, or you better than me, and that's plain and simple to me. It's just like if you can stop me, stop me. If you can't, you can't. You know what I'm saying? But it's mano a mano. It's like whatever I know against whatever you know, and we gonna put this in a game, and we gonna see who comes out on top. It's like football is getting away from that so much, to where it's like they try to make everything even for each of the teams and stuff like that. But it's like, I mean, every team is not going to be good all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if a team is good, let them be good until they're not. You know what I'm saying? They know that once you go through that period of being good, they say is like they say Super Bowl windows or playoff window for teams and stuff like that or what have you. You know, teams will be good for 4, 5, 6 years, maybe even 10 years. New England Patriots were just good for so many years. But when that window ends, it's like about retooling, how to figure out how to get back to that space again, and making your team great again. You know what I'm saying?
Money.
Yeah,
We both, you're a little younger than I am by about 10
yeah,
years, but
yeah.
I remember the great Willie Mays was interviewed by Bob Costas, and he says, "Is there anything you regret?" And he goes,
Hmm.
"Yeah, I was born too soon." And
Hmm.
he goes, "Explain, Willie." And he said, "Well, you have guys today hitting 219 baseball that
Hmm.
are making $30 million a year." He goes, "You hit 219 when I
Crazy.
played, you're not getting past single A ball."
Yeah,
Here's my take on that. I have no problem with whatever you can make it.
yeah,
My problem is I did a podcast with another guy, my old host John. That we had Ricky Williams on, the great Ricky Williams, running back out of Texas, New
yeah,
Orleans Saints,
yeah.
and he made a comment, and he said that a lot of guys play this game because it's a business, and we
Hmm.
can't afford not to play.
Hmm.
That's my concern with sports is that when they did guaranteed contracts
Hmm.
way back, I would say in the early '90s was the first of guaranteed contracts. Did
Yeah.
you worry like I did that some
No.
guys, okay, they want to win, but it's nice to know if you have a 10-year guaranteed contract, if you break your arm or you lose every year, you're still set for life. Do you think
Yeah.
that impedes the game at all?
Yeah. It has to, and I think it has to because of the simple fact that you know. You got guys out there that can play. You got guys out there that their career may not be nothing but like 3 or 4 years or whatever. They may be good for 3 or 4 years. Look at the young man, the running back from the Rams, who was really good for like 3 years. I forgot his name, but he was good for like 3 or 4 years. Messed up his knee. He was never the same player. Went to Atlanta to play in Atlanta for a year or so, and he was out of football after that. So, um, I'm I don't know. I might have lost for words for it, but it's like I don't think money should be guaranteed like that. Even if I mean, if you're a like top 20 player, then yeah, you know what, that money should be guaranteed. But after a certain number, that money shouldn't be guaranteed until guys get in there and
Come on,
prove it. When
Fish.
you look at baseball,
Hey,
hey,
the
how's it
hell are
going?
you do? Are you the wait? Are you the prison guard?
Yeah, I'm
What
the
the?
prison guard
Wait,
today.
wait. Where's the prison guard?
He's coming back. He's coming
What's up,
back. How's it
Philly?
going,
Dang,
man?
what are you doing, man?
What's
We don't
going
hear
on?
from you. What are
What's
you in
going
the
on,
witness
Brad?
protection program? I
Nah,
can't find
man,
you.
just been working. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Getting things, getting life together. You know.
There we
There we
go.
go. There we
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Where's
getting life together. That's all, man. Just
that's nice. Are you
taking it
still?
one day at a
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
How's your picks going? Who's going to win the NBA title?
I really, since the Sixers did so bad this year,
Yeah,
I was like, man,
crazy.
my
Yeah,
interest in the NBA this year was really, you know, hit or miss this year. But I would love to see, I would love to see Cleveland go, without LeBron in any of that picture. You know what I'm
sure,
saying? And
sure.
do something special because that team um, has been bad for so many years. I think they deserve a chance to go to the finals without,
Right.
anything having to do with LeBron. And it'd be great for the city of Cleveland. In the West, I don't know. I'm not a Lakers fan. My wife is.
Yeah. Hmm.
But I'm still hoping that Golden State is able to
I know.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
still
my
hoping
team.
that
Yeah,
I'm hoping that Golden State can get in there.
that would
That's
be
who I'm
great.
going to roll with in the West. Because I
Yeah.
mean, you got a few good teams in the West, but I think with the addition of Jimmy Butler, with Steph and Draymond, I
Yeah.
still think they could got an opportunity to get it done. So yeah,
Sure. I think an OKC is just unbelievable.
yeah,
I mean, every game I watch, it's
mhm.
like Shy is I mean, the guy's he's MVP,
Yeah,
hands
yeah,
down.
yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure, for sure.
my buddy Curry, I love him,
Mhm.
but Shy's had a season that's just incredible.
Yeah, I
So
mean it's been like a work in progress for him because I mean you seen through his career how he got better and better and better every year. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? And
yeah,
then as he got better, the team got better. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when like OKC, and they probably still do have like a gazillion picks that they picked up when they were just the trash team of the
right,
NBA, and
yeah.
they was getting all these picks and all these young guys and things like that. And then all of a sudden they became this great team, you know what I'm saying, that they put together. So, and you
Yeah,
saw his career flourish, and I was like, this guy is going to be the real deal. And right
yeah.
now, he's the MVP of the league.
No question about it. No,
Yeah.
JB, let me ask you about the trade. The
Mhm.
trade. Where's Fish? Is this guy? He's in the witness protection program. We can't find him in Vegas. Um, what's amazing is
Mhm.
the trade. The trade for for Luca. And where I mean, it's crazy. It's like I don't know if you saw when Luca went back, he started crying. It was just
Yeah,
so
yeah.
emotional, and
Mhm.
everybody says, fire the fire
The
the
GM.
yeah, right,
Yeah,
Rico, whatever the hell
yeah,
is
yeah,
Rico
yeah,
Suave. Yeah, get
yeah.
rid of him, right? I mean, it's just a disaster. I mean, it's like, where's AD? He's hurt.
He actually played the other night.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the thing is with that whole trade, my issue with that whole trade was that um nobody knew about it. You know what I'm saying? And if other teams wanted to trade for Anthony Davis, then they really didn't have a shot at it because they was like he made this call in the middle of the night to to the Lakers and stuff like
Right,
that. And
right,
um,
right.
uh,
No,
that's how it kind of manifested. And then all of a sudden we're hearing Luca getting traded to the Lakers. I was like, this can't be right because I thought Luca would never leave Dallas.
I know, I know.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
funny. I was at the CIF Hall of Fame awards.
Hmm.
My favorite coaches of all time, Steve Zulu Miller. He was
Hmm.
inducted, and I met Jeannie Buss.
Oh,
She
really?
went to Palisades and played golf,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she was inducted. So sweet, so nice, so humble.
Hmm.
She's married to my buddy, a comedian, Jay Moore,
Hmm.
and I never met her before, but she's I mean, so sweet, so down to earth. Like you, buddy. You're JB, baby. I mean, I see you at Chuck's Tavern, that horrible bartender, the graveyard guy. Our boy
Yeah,
Fish.
graveyard
Oh,
guy.
how does he keep a job? That's what I don't understand. He's got no personality. I mean, he's boring to talk to, but he's been there like 17 years. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
he's been there a
But
while. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, basketball is my game. I love it.
Hmm.
I've always loved it. I played it. And it's just crazy. It's like, you're a football, baseball, you're a football guy, right?
Yeah,
All the
see,
way football.
Fish kind of touched that this morning. Is I'm all for sports. My kind of hierarchy for my sports team is football first, just
Right.
like Fish. He lives, breathes, and dies just football. That's his thing. My thing is football. Then is right now it's baseball.
Right.
Then basketball.
Yeah.
And then hockey. So yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Um, so Fish is trying to get on. I don't understand this. This is crazy. So let's let's get Fish back on because he's
Yeah.
very upset. Let's see. Hold on one sec. Let me okay. Fish, where are you, buddy? Can you come back on? Okay, I'm gonna
There
leave. You keep talking about football, and then I'll. Oh, here he comes. There he is.
we go.
I tell this fucking asshole all the time. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I say, do not call when I'm doing the podcast. I tell everyone on the planet, don't call. If it's an emergency, it knocks me out for 10 minutes.
Let me explain
Mm,
something to you, JB. Okay, with this guy. Okay, I'm
mm.
sitting.
That got him. Let him sit back there. Let him stew. He could see us and talk. That's great, isn't it? That's when you produce a podcast that you could do. No one could. He didn't. He just was thinking. He tells me he can't get on, and then I got to send the link 3 or 4 times.
Mhm,
He's so busy eating,
mhm.
and I know he's masturbating to something that he just doesn't know. 9 o'clock is 9 o'clock. You know. I
Yeah.
don't know what he does. This guy. Should I bring him back in? Should I bring him back in?
Yeah,
What
go
do you
ahead,
think?
bring
Well,
him
let's
back.
let him stew for a
You
couple of
are
seconds. You
hella
know what?
funny with
Wait,
that.
before I bring him back in, he knows I love him. And here's another thing too. Golden State sucks. All right. The Lakers are gonna kick their ass in 5 games. Everything he does suck. Every girl he's gonna ask out is gonna say no. All right. He's gonna poop his pants later watching the Warriors lose to the Suns who stink. Everything this guy does today. And it's his mother's birthday. You
Oh
know?
wow. Yeah. Well,
God.
hopefully that goes.
Thanks for look at this putz. JB, let's start our own podcast, you and me, JB and Smacks. Okay, this guy is a zero. Do you know that this is our 101st episode? He still can't get it right. Okay, he's in the kitchen. I don't know where the fuck he is. He's in the kitchen. He married an unbelievable woman. Look at him. How does he get anything? He's a terrible bartender, but he's a pretty handsome guy and he still has his hair. So that's
Hey,
all.
hey, you know what? You know what you are? Remember the movie Tommy Boy?
Yeah.
You're fat guys with big hats. What the hell's that hat on you?
Oh,
You
look.
look like
You,
he
Uni
just.
High,
I
University
know,
High School. That's
but
where I
look at the
went.
bill. Do what JB does. Have some style. Take the bill and kind of turn it in a little bit, like this.
Okay.
Look, see this? See this hat like that? See, it's kind
Yeah,
of like that. You see
yeah.
that podcast?
Oh, that's
Which,
nice. Fat fish.
yeah,
Oh, that's nice. You
yeah,
still have a hat.
yeah.
JB, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you were at Chuck's Tavern, the best bar in Las Vegas, except for the bartender?
Thursday. Me and my
And how many
son-in-law.
did he work the
And,
bar? Was he
yeah,
talking to people or was he
of
just,
course, he's a people person. That's
oh, sure he is.
he do
Right.
his thing. He do
He's a
So,
his
great
thing.
guy.
so
Yeah.
his son-in-law Lamond is he walks in there and the guy's married obviously to JB's daughter. Handsome kid. This is what he looks like. I swear to God. If I put this picture up there, Brad, let me know. You should know who he is, but JB
Yeah.
does. Who is that, Brad?
Oh my, is that's a Raider, right?
Right, Charles Woodson.
Charles Wilson. Yeah.
Tell me that doesn't look like your son-in-law. As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
I even got Lamond's. I got his. There's your son-in-law's. What are these things called?
The
The
figurines.
yeah,
J,
the
J,
figurines. So
Mm.
Philly thing. You think that I'm playing with myself? Look at this guy. Okay. He's got little action figures. Okay. He's got his pants down. By the way, he's got his pants down. Okay. The wife's away. He plays. Look at this guy. Thank God I saved this guy. Okay.
Mm.
2 years ago, he got on my back and we've been doing this for, look at this. Look at this guy. Dodgers are, oh, by the way, JB,
Mm.
Dodgers repeat? Do the Dodgers repeat?
Ah, um, I think they get there. I don't know who they play against. I think the National League is stronger than the American League, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Because you have a couple of you have several good teams in the National League that can get there. You got the Dodgers, you got the Phillies, you got um, San Diego Padres, who's just killing it right now.
Oh, yeah.
Surprise team that's killing it right now is the San Francisco Giants.
Wow.
It's like,
Yes.
wow, San Francisco? And it's
nine
I
and
like,
three,
know.
this is
nine
a
and
Yeah.
three.
team, yeah, this
Yeah.
is a team that never really have no guys that can hit home runs or stuff like that, but they kill you with small ball. I remember the years they played Philly and, and LCS, and, they killed us with small ball. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
those are a few surprise teams to start the year.
Yeah,
You got the Braves still. I mean, even though they're 2-10 or whatever they are, I mean,
Yeah.
you figure at some point they're going to get it together.
How
And
about the Indians? The Indians are playing well, right? Fish
the Mets too.
and the
So
Mets. Yeah.
yeah.
No
So
question.
speaking of the guy sitting next to you,
mm,
JB, on your left,
mm.
he has small balls. That's why he can't get laid.
Oh my God.
He kills them with the small balls. Go play for the Giants, Brad. With that,
Oh my
you
God.
look like a Giants hat, Uni High School. Hey, by the way, guys, all seriousness, Brad's beautiful mother's birthday today. So
Happy birthday to your mom.
Sandy's birthday. How
Yeah.
old? How old, Brad?
She's 84, and
Oh,
I went with Annie to get her favorite Chick-fil-A bowl, breakfast
Hmm.
bowl. So she started off with that.
Hmm.
And yesterday I took her to the dog park. She'd never been, so we
Hmm.
had a lot of fun, and she had a good time. And you know, I'm so blessed, man. I'll tell you. I've talked
all right.
about this before. My dad is going to be 93 July
Wow.
1, and my mom is 84. How lucky am I? I've been their caregiver for about 12 years, and
Hmm.
it's amazing. I mean, listen, it's not easy at times, but you know what? I
Hmm.
just think about how lucky I am, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but how unlucky are they?
Yeah, I know. You're on fire today, Fish.
Well,
I
I
mean, God,
mean,
you're
Brad, you
usually
I tell you what, you have to do the shopping because they've done shopping, they raised you, they nurtured you. There's no way, there's zero chance that you let them go to the supermarket because they go through all their social security checks just buying you ding dongs and Twinkies, you fat fuck. Look at you, motherfucker. Can't calls me up during a podcast. What's wrong with you?
Hey,
Jeez, I love this guy
buddy,
to death.
let me explain something to you. At
No.
101, okay,
Mm.
if you've jerked off 101 times, okay, you're very good at it, okay? You
Where did
suck
that
at
come
this.
from?
What is this? I'm backstage for 15 fucking minutes. JB, thank God he's out. Where the fuck is the prison guard? What's going on here? You can't even book a guest. You're a zero, man. You're a zero, okay? Where is the prison guard? I want to tell him that we were cellmates. That's how we met.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
Uh,
we'll get Charles Woodson lookalike on and
yeah.
this and that.
yeah, I
So
want your son-in-law. What's up with him?
good
Yeah.
Jesus,
kid,
handsome
Yeah.
guy.
great kid,
I heard he's
great
got a
kid.
better personality than his dad. But anyway,
Well, his father-in-law, his
oh, his
father-in-law.
father-in-law. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
I,
Get it straight.
So,
yeah, I
he,
thought it was
he,
his grandfather. I'm sorry. Um,
You're
what
on
do you
fire.
drink, Fish? What are you drinking? Water? What is in that
I'm
cup?
drinking coffee. I've got my
Oh,
peach coffee with my French vanilla creamer.
what?
I know.
so
Hey,
Fish, you rather Pete's over Starbucks coffee? Is that,
I use the Keurig. Do you guys drink coffee?
yeah, my
no,
wife does
I
more
don't
than
like
me.
Brad, you
coffee.
don't. Do
Yeah.
you, do you use the Keurig when you do the coffee?
No, not the Keurig
Yeah.
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Yeah,
Whatever
Well,
the
she
fuck
normally
that
makes me
means.
here, but and some days she'll make her own coffee. Some days she just wants Starbucks. So whatever, you know, that's how
Oh,
we
so
do
let me ask you a question, JB, because you're
it.
the smartest guy in the room here. What about the Raiders this year? What about the Raiders?
I think the Raiders is going to be a very interesting team this year to me. To be honest, they have to get that running back. If he's available, what's the kid name from out of Boise State? Genty.
Ashton Genty.
Yeah, if he's available when they pick, you have to get him
Yeah.
because that's gonna. I think that's gonna push. This. The season forward for them. I mean, I don't know how much they could do. Because they need another edge rusher too.
Can, can
Hmm.
I ask you guys something about because I was off about the NBA because I know how important it is to Brad on a serious note.
Mm,
There's a lot of I don't like it, Brad, when Adam Silver, the commissioner, JB, says it's important. He always says this and it pisses me off. It's important for our marquee teams to make it far in the playoffs. You know what
mm.
that tells me? It
Yep.
tells me if the Lakers play OKC, yeah, Brad's right. If the
Yep.
Lakers
It's all
if the
about
Lakers
money.
play OKC, Brad knows where I'm going with this, JB. Look
Mm,
at the fouls called against OKC in that series. I mean,
yeah.
you already been indicted on gambling the
Yeah.
allegations back in the day. It's just shut the f up. Let
Yeah.
whoever's good. If Golden State's hot right now. If OKC gets in, let them get in. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I agree. They want these marquee teams. There, my 12th grade English teacher is one of my best friends, Walt Gardner, and he always told me in life, follow the money trail. That's
Hmm.
life,
Yeah.
right?
That's it.
Everything is follow the money trail when it really comes down to it, right? I mean, you see what's going on in the world, you see this, you see that, but always money. And yeah, it's Adam Silver learned from his
David
boss. His
Stern.
Yeah, David Stern was the best. I mean, he changed the game, right? I mean,
Mhm.
No.
he elevated it with Magic, Bird, Jordan, right? I mean, it came.
No.
No, you don't
Disagree.
believe it?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't like because David Stern was the guy. I
Yeah.
watched it. We did, Brad and I did a podcast of a guy. We hosted a podcast with 4 episodes, and there's a Tim Donaghy. Remember that the whole thing?
Oh
JB
yeah.
back. Yeah,
the
the whole that
referee,
he went
yeah,
to jail for the head of
yeah,
officiating.
yeah,
Right.
So
Right.
he has David Stern on his voicemail saying Kobe, Shaq, and Michael Jordan don't foul out the entire game.
Oh
And he
God.
goes, "You can't do that, Mr. Commissioner." He goes, "I'm telling you, it's gonna fucking happen." Right. And the
Oh.
whole
mm,
thing with Sacramento, Stern was a great commissioner. Brad's right as far as revenue. But
mhm,
Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the level of their play made it wasn't Stern. He didn't draft them. He didn't make them great players.
mhm.
True.
I want to change gears and use. I hate this guy, and Brad hates him too. And I saw this great meme. I don't believe the Pittsburgh Steelers, JB, the opposite side of Pennsylvania. They're one of the Brad. You have to agree. They're one of the most stable franchises in sports. Three
True.
coaches in 64 years. Three.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, by the
Check
way,
out
I
this
just want.
jerk. Check out. Talk about jerking off 101
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Check out this meme.
Oh,
Aaron Rodgers, by the time he
Jesus.
decides to sign with the team, is
He's gonna
now
be.
Mr. Rodgers.
He's Mr. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
That is hilarious. By the way, yeah. I mean,
he's an
come on.
idiot. Come
He's
Yeah.
a.
on,
Oh,
Pittsburgh.
by the way, I want to. This is a very interesting thing. You know, Terry Bradshaw saved some lives on a plane. They
Yeah.
couldn't get the door open,
Mm,
and he got the door open and saved these kids. You know, this whole thing. Oh, I love that. I love stories like that. You know,
mm.
but yeah,
What's your take
enough.
on Rodgers,
Rogers,
Brad?
go
Yeah.
away. Rogers, go to your. You're a fucking idiot. You know. And
I
by the
think
way, he was on Hard Knocks. He was funny, but it was for the cameras. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying? I
think
mean,
he
come
should
on.
just retire because it's like you can't be
Enough.
holding these NFL teams hostage while you sit up there and go on, hiatus and do whatever you want to do, then make a decision when you're ready to make a decision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pittsburgh deserves more than that. And Mike Tomlin, I was like, I don't even know if he, ready to deal with that type of attitude, from
Well,
No.
well,
from
well,
Rodgers.
I want to ask both of you. I'll go with Brad first. Brad, who do you blame? Do you blame the Steelers or you blame Rodgers? I blame the Steelers because they're allowing this to happen. You're enabling the
Yeah,
idiot.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Listen, it's enough. Let him go. I mean, you're going to go to the Steelers you guys believe in karma, right?
Hmm.
How about he signs with the Jets? What in the first play? You know, he blows out his Achilles, right? I mean,
Hmm.
come on. This guy is a blank, an
Yeah.
absolute blank. He had a great career. It's time to move on. But these guys are addicted to the spotlight. You're
Yeah.
right. It's not money. They got enough money, right? They
Yeah.
just can't, like, even, Tommy Boy, he was addicted. It's Jesus, guys, move on.
Yeah.
Move on to listen, look. My favorite is the NBA today, right? I mean, Chucky, Shaq, Kenny the
Mhm.
Jet,
Yeah.
Ernie. I mean, you go on in life. Look, Shaq's more successful now than he's ever been, right? With
Yeah.
all his businesses. And I love how he has that pizza thing going.
Yeah.
By the way, JB, I might be doing something very special. I don't know if you know,
Okay.
I've talked about this. I worked at Hollywood Tropicana Female Mud Wrestling. And
I remember you telling me that.
chances are, maybe it'll happen. I might be bringing it back for one night only, a reunion. No fish, you're
What?
not invited. What about JB flying into LA, VIP, limo picks you up from the airport, and you come and see me perform and have a good time? What do you
Yeah,
think?
sure. I'm
Don't
with
tell
it.
Fish. Don't tell Fish. He'll
I'm
be
with it.
working.
No, JB, I got a better one. I know the guy that owns Sapphires. I'll get a
Mm-hmm.
limo. We'll go into the back room, bring the wives and stuff like that. That's a real strip club. We don't need Brad Runny there. All right? Because
Oh my
because
God.
even though
I'd love to
Brad
see
ran
that.
that place, Brad and William Hudak ran that place for 14, 15 years. Phenomenal strip club in Los Angeles.
Mm.
Vegas has the strip clubs, Brad. You know this.
Oh no,
We got
that's
the
true.
Onyx Muses here, buddy.
Oh no. You guys got it going on. Yeah.
To
But
be honest, I've never been to one in Las Vegas.
what?
I've never ever been.
Why? What's wrong with you? You don't take the wife and go and have some fun?
Now, I
No?
mean, I've done a lot of that when I was in the military, so it's like
Oh. By the
you
way,
go
you were in the
go places.
military?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
When I was in the Navy,
did
so
you work in the mess hall? What did you didn't
nah,
fight? Did
nah.
you
I
fight for
was a
our
radio.
country?
I was a
Okay, thank you
radio
for your.
man, so
Were
yeah,
you a
but
Marine? Were you a Marine, Army,
nah,
Navy?
Navy.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Navy, really? Thank you
yep,
for your service. Can you
yep.
imagine me? I'm John Candy in stripes. How you doing,
I like
Eisenhower?
that movie.
Where's the mess hall? Oh my
Such a
God.
that was my favorite line in that movie is when he says, "How you doing, Eisenhower?"
Oh my
Who was
God.
the act? John Larroquette was the
John
actor. Right?
Larroquette.
Yeah,
So good. I mean, that
they.
movie I just watched it the other day. It stands the test of time. You know, I got to watch. I have it on my list. Hoosiers, Gene Hackman. Is
Yeah.
that a great movie, guys?
They saying it's supposed to be the best sports movie of all time.
Yeah,
Hoosiers.
I really, I think, I mean, Gene Hackman, man, that strange about his death and his wife.
Yeah,
Isn't that weird?
Very
that's so weird.
mysterious.
There's
Yeah.
something going on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
JB,
JB,
what's your go-to movie? Like Brad and
yeah.
I have, we go back to the movies of the '70s. Do you have a movie that you just go to? You can go on Tubi and get a movie and say, "I'm gonna watch this again to make me feel good."
It's not like a feel good movie, but anytime that I watch is military movies because I'm associated with the military, so um, it's always A Few Good Men.
Oh, great
That
movie.
one.
Great movie.
It's always
You can't handle the truth,
yeah.
fish,
Is
you
that
putz.
it's Crimson Tide with Gene
And
Hackman.
Oh,
Yeah,
Denzel.
he's
Crimson Tide. That one was great.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then one other movie. You remember they just redid a version of it. It's called Midway.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Woody
Midway.
Harrelson.
Yeah,
Woody
yeah,
Harrelson's
Yeah.
in this one. Yeah.
yeah,
Hold on, I'm gonna get something. I gotta show you guys something.
yeah.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
know,
Midway was really good.
JB, you know what I watched the other day and I hadn't seen it in 10 years. It's so great. And made me think about you.
Mm.
Did you see Silver Linings Playback with Bradley Cooper and De Niro about the Eagles? Did you see
Oh,
that?
No, I didn't.
great movie.
You didn't. Oh, one Best Picture. It's Bradley Cooper plays he comes out of a mental institution and his
I
dad's the
got a
That's
biggest Eagle. Oh God, whoa,
that's
I
it.
got a fathead of
That's
John
it.
Candy. He's my boy. I'm redoing my office here, and John Candy is my all-time favorite comic actor. Don
Mm,
Rickles, my favorite comedian, and
mm,
Gene Hackman is my favorite dramatic actor. And
yeah.
my favorite bartender is this guy named Hank at another bar. He's been a bartender a long time. You can't do anything right.
maybe I should host the Hollywood Tropicana. Leave the funny to me. You said that to me.
JB, this guy is such a blank. It's unbelievable. What has he done in his life? Look at him. I mean, that's a toupee, by the way. I talked to Vicky, and that's a toupee. And the guy, I mean, oh, by the way, JB, when I was at the bar last
Mm,
year, this
mm,
hot girl was there at the bar. I love the deep dark chocolate. You know me. Look at
mm,
me. And this girl was so fucking hot. And Fish was trying to, talk to her, and she's like, she kept looking at me, of course. And Fish, I mean, I go, Fish, well, kind of hooked me up. Total disaster.
Now,
Okay.
now here's the real story on that. The girl was the guy, and I was going to let her hit on Brad because Brad needs anything he can get.
Love
You
is
know,
love,
yeah,
man.
love is love. You know, Brad was
Chick
like,
with a stick.
I
Thank
said,
you.
I said that was a chick with the dick, and I said, you know what? Go hit on my buddy over there. He needs it. He's staying
Oh
at the
my
Virgin
God.
Hotel. He won't tell. He won't tell. He might get you a John Candy Fathead. As a
Yeah, you never know.
put that
Yeah.
up again. Put that
Yeah,
up
I
again.
will.
That's
Is
great.
that the one from Stripes?
Yeah,
That
Yeah,
that's
is.
Dewey Oxberger
That
right
is.
there.
Dewey
Yeah.
Oxberger.
Uh,
Lean fight machine.
oh my
Oh
God.
my God.
Everybody calls me the ox. I swallowed a lot of
What? The
aggression
other guy.
along with a lot of pizzas. Pizzas.
Hey, by the way, guys, Brad, did you watch? Not, did you watch the final NCAA game between Houston and Florida?
Of course. Oh,
Okay. Guess
Yeah.
who picked Florida to win the national championship?
Who's that?
Brad.
I
We were
did.
doing
You
we were
did?
doing another we were
I
doing another podcast
yeah.
Wow.
weeks ago. You know, we were on a bender, and he just comes out and says, I think Florida's going to win. And I watched it, and I said, oh my God, the last four possessions, Brad, Houston had.
Yeah.
All
Mhm.
turnovers. Remember that?
I
We talked about.
know.
Yeah.
Never seen that before. I've never seen a team not get a shot off in the last 2 minutes. I said, if Brad bet this,
No.
did you?
Mm,
No. But I have to tell you something. Samson, the coach, blew it. Totally
mm,
blew it. Like, you got to call a TO there. I mean,
yeah.
regroup. I mean, it's unbelievable. You had the game, the dream. Akeem Olajuwon was there. Come on, the dream's alive. You got to win that fucking game, right,
Yeah.
JB?
Yes, sir. I mean, you had opportunities, and as you're perfectly right because as Dick Vitale would say, take it to yo, baby. He
Yeah,
needed to take it to yo. That at that time
I
when they
know.
kept
Yeah,
turning the ball over, it was like, dude, when you gonna take a timeout? You just gonna let these kids play? It's
I
like
got a
you
question for
like
both of you. I got a
trying to
question.
lose
So
the game.
growing up, I was a USC football fan,
Hmm.
okay, and a
My wife
UCLA
too.
basketball fan,
My
okay.
wife
Love
too.
John Wooden, went to his camp.
Yeah.
So, Mick Cronin is the coach at UCLA, right?
Hmm.
And he's a screamer. Do you know that 3 guys left in the portal? This guy degrades the. I don't understand it. I don't like the screamers. Do you guys? What do you think? John Wooden didn't scream. He held a program, and it was sitting the whole time. He loved practice. Practice was his thing, and he let
Brad.
the players. Right? What do you think, guys?
Well, I'll go first. If we can get, if JB and I can get you a woman and she's a screamer, you're gonna love it. Okay, so number one. Number two, I
You're
agree.
hot today. Oh my god.
You know what? I'm not for that guy. I don't know about you, JB, because you played more ball than Brad and I did. I'm with Brad 1,000%. I'm not for the guy that berates kids on the sideline of any
Yeah,
sport.
yeah.
You know what's famous for that, Brad? The LSU coach, Bob. What the hell is his name right now? He was at Brian Kelly. You ever
Oh, yeah,
see
he was
him
at Notre
he
Dame.
tears into people?
Oh,
Yeah, he was at Notre Dame for
I'll
a
give you
while.
one analogy. When you work
Yeah,
in my business, and Brad worked in the business for 14 years, when you see a manager rip into an employee, the
oh,
manager's the one that's the asshole because the
yeah,
customers see that. Same, I
mhm.
think the same way about a coach, don't you guys?
Yeah, for sure.
absolutely,
Because it's
absolutely. Hey,
still these kids are still being taught. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
They're kids, they're still being taught. And some of these kids, 18, 19 years old, they still learning, even
yeah.
though they probably play football throughout their, young years, from 10 up until 18, 19 years old, they're still learning because every phase of football from the younger days till travel ball and then high school and things like that, you're still learning facets of the game that you haven't even learned yet in
Right.
college. You know what I'm saying? So, it's supposed to be teachable moments for these guys. You still teaching them. So,
Yeah, exactly. By the way, I saw a Cooper flag on ESPN last night.
mhm.
Okay. All right, guys, let's make it a prediction. Is it one and done, or is he go one more year? What do you think, Fish?
Wow, great question. Great
um,
question. You know why Brad's got a great point there? Because he used to be one and done, but now he's got so much money and NIL money. When you're
mhm.
making millions in college, JB, go back, you
Yeah,
know, and play and try and get a champ. Duke has been to 25 Final Fours in the last, that's insane, in the last
yeah,
35,
Incredible.
40 years. I
yeah.
think he goes back. What about you?
Um,
Tough.
yeah,
Tough.
it's really tough because somebody like that's as good as he is and can go, probably top three in the draft this year. Um, it's the money versus going back and just to get more experience or whatever the case is. So is experience or get the money right away. So, but he's going to make money in college anyway.
I don't know if you know about John. John opened for his dad for like 20 years. Engelbert Humperdinck, all these legends.
Funny.
He
Engelbert.
was the opening. He's hilarious. Yeah. And
Hmm.
I'm
yeah,
gonna look it up. I don't know if that's a Mormon thing. I'm gonna piss off anybody and stuff like that. But the fact that a person puts their unit into a woman and they just sit there, okay, sort
yeah.
of like what girls do with Brad. I can't believe this is here. I'm not moving,
Oh
But then people
God.
jump on the bed. What is it? A slumber party? Let's jump on the bed so the bodies move. I don't get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
I've sort
Yeah.
of some Brad. You're in this kinky shit. You go to those
Yeah,
back rooms.
yeah, yeah. I'm into the kinky shit, but I know one thing. Your beautiful wife Vicky. While you're making love to her, it's "Eh, eh, eh, eh." And then Vicky looks, "Are you in?" "Eh, eh, I'm done. She goes,
No,
"What? You started?"
no.
"Eh, eh,
JB,
eh,
JB's got a you've met.
eh."
All right, let me retort. JB's got a gorgeous wife too, and he hears the same thing I do. We've been married a long time.
Yeah.
He goes, we our wives want to laugh, right? So how do
Mhm.
you make your wife laugh? And I go, I get naked and she laughs. Brad, what are you looking? What are you doing now? You looking up
I'm
stokes?
trying. I'm trying. I'm thinking about your last joke, and we just lost our whole fucking audience. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Watch. Here's a great joke. Watch this. Hey, Brad. You know what he's doing right now? You can hear him. You know what he's doing? Right now, he's dying. He's got a ho-ho. He's got Twinkies. Got a piece of chocolate cake, and he's got two chicken finger sandwiches from Chick-fil-A. He's right now. He's going to stuff his face, but he's going to put the John Candy thing in front, so you can't see him stuffing his face. You know, I mean, it's insane. I have to live with this guy. It's. Oh, he looks great. Brad lost a lot of weight. Did you continue to
He
tell?
looks good. He looks
Yeah,
very
he's losing
good.
weight,
Yeah.
man. That's what masturbation and stress does to you. Let's bring him back in. Yeah, see?
Exercise.
There it is. uh,
Hey, Brad, you have mentioned Engelbert Humperdinck. Now, that's a guy with a gray head of hair. What
Oh
back
my
in the
god!
day,
And he's
that fool had
retiring.
hair
He's
for
retiring this year.
yeah.
These legends. I just think it's movie stars from yesteryear.
Mm,
Nicholson, Gene Hackman.
mm,
Today it's just all about, hey, I have 1 million followers.
mhm,
I mean, come on, right? These
mhm.
guys are, I mean, old Hollywood. I mean, even these rock stars, I mean, Tony Orlando and Sinatra and, Bennett, all these guys, it's just not the same anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
If,
forget Tom Jones. I used to
oh,
like
Tom, I
Tom Jones.
saw him. I finally
Yeah,
saw him
yeah.
at the YouTube theater next to
Hmm.
SoFi. Oh my God. And by the way, he had hip surgery, so he sat down.
Wow.
Forget about all the songs, okay?
Hmm.
It was the stories about Elvis.
Hmm.
That's the great thing. Like Tony Orlando tells stories. You're like, I can't believe this. And we also had the great Carrot Top on,
Oh
Scott
yeah,
Thompson.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my Fish. He told stories. Bill Clinton, Elizabeth Taylor. I'm like, what? I love people that have a great life and they tell stories, and you're like, how do you remember that? Because I had a great life, and that's I remember a lot of things. I try to forget about Fish, but that's another story for another time. But JB, it's always great to see you. I
Great
mean,
to
we
see
got
you
to see
guys.
more of
Yeah.
each other. And by the way, I'm going to call you out right now.
Mm.
When are we doing the Philly thing? But
Yeah,
I know I'm working. I got the fact.
I gotta get time. Yeah, yeah. I gotta get.
Come on, man. Life is short, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah,
You're
not for
right.
you. Life is
Life is
big.
You're right.
life is short. Come
Yeah, keep
on,
putting them
man.
out there. That's great. The only
Come
fucking guy
I
is
on.
love it.
Come
John
on,
Candy.
man.
Half our audience doesn't know who John Candy. Bring him back here.
Uh,
We gotta educate these people. This
okay.
guy's been dead for how long now? 20 years?
Yeah.
20? No, 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 no. He passed in 1997.
Yeah. One thing I want to bring that Brad said that I
Mm,
totally agree with. So you saw Tom Jones. The great thing about Tony Orlando and Engelbert Humperdinck is they still
mm.
sound great. You know,
Yeah.
some of these bands are doing the reunions and they sound. I don't want to call anybody
Yeah.
out, but they
Yeah.
sound horrible. But these guys, I guarantee you, Tony Orlando can get on stage next week and still sound great again. They just he doesn't want to do it
Absolutely.
anymore, Brad. You
I
know.
know. You know. And by the way, my friend Lisa Vickery,
Mm.
the beautiful Lisa Vickery, who you took a picture with at Chuck's Tavern, says,
Mm.
when is JB going to do his Philly thing?
Oh, we gonna do it.
She's from Philly. She loves Philly, everything Philly, and she, for some reason, likes you. But
Mhm.
anyway, yeah, come on,
We
JB.
gotta
No, this
do
is
it.
the
We gotta
thing.
do
Brad's trying to do a podcast with you and
Yeah,
ace me out.
yeah,
Don't
it. Mm.
worry. I have another person in his family who's going to do a podcast with me.
yeah, yeah. I want to do no, JB. If you're too busy, I'm going to do it with his Fisher's brother John.
Mm.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, him and I
Wait.
are going to do a
Which one?
podcast.
My real brother, John?
No, you're a fake John Holmes. What are you fucking? Yeah,
Well,
your real brother.
if my real brother John got on this podcast right now,
Yeah,
we would get 2 million hits in an ad. I have a brother that's on the spectrum. The
Mm.
wonder he's a
sweet kid.
55. No, it's seriously, he's a 58-year-old kid with the mind of a 12-year-old. But he's the nicest kid. But
He is.
if I told him everyone in your family, if I told him to Shone, Elijah, everyone's birthday one time, Brad's family, he remember it. And he'd
Wow.
call you. And
Wow.
don't forget, JB, it's Deshaun's birthday. Deshaun's
Mm.
birthday in 2 weeks. Should
Yeah.
be
So John's like Rain Man, right?
absolutely.
Absolutely, he has.
Absolutely. Yeah.
By the way, JB, don't you think? Have you ever met Jamie Fisher's sister?
No, I haven't.
Gorgeous, so sweet. I've been asking him for day one. Can you set me up with your sister? He won't get involved. So I got to do. When I come to town, you know me. I got to do my thing.
Would you set your sister up with the guy that got a John Candy fat head?
I'll make her listen. I'm a fat guy who makes her laugh.
Bad
Right?
guys
She leaves the
with big
best for
fat
last. This guy.
hats.
You got to
This
get in
guy.
where
Bad
you fit
guys
in.
with big fat hats. Look at that hat. Look at the bill on that thing. You look like Donald Duck. Look at you with the hat. Fucking idiot. There you
I
go.
love it
That
though.
boy. Yeah.
That's
So he talks
awesome.
about JB. Talks about me jerking off 101 times.
Mm.
Look, what's he doing to that fat head? Go ahead, Brad. Put it back up again. Take another bite of the Chick-fil-A. We
By
want
the way,
tell you, buddy.
Fish, honestly, you have a beautiful wife. You still make love to her, kind of, sort of, But
Mm.
I want to know.
You can watch.
Yeah, I would love to watch. I would love to watch. I would.
Yeah.
I'm a great guy. I've been a bartender for 45 years. Jackie, I
Oh, I
love
got
you.
one. Well, I'm glad you brought that up. I saw something. I said, "Oh my God, it's gonna be great." So, hang on a second. Let me get there. Boom. Check this out. This is on. I'm gonna read it. This is the bartenders meme right now. Bartenders, and it says these are customers. Less ice. Can't taste the alcohol. What's your real job? How do you make an old fashioned? That we get that all the time. Ask any bartender. And look at
Wow.
that. That's a stud bartender right there. Oh my God. It's tough doing what we do, bro. You watch what I go through, JB. I
Yeah.
love it. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's 45 years, Brad.
I know.
45 years I hit this
I
month.
know. We got to
I've
find
seen
something
it.
else for you. We got to find
I've seen
something
it.
else.
I've seen it go from 0 to 100 in like 5 minutes. While you're
Yeah.
at the bar, is like everything is kind of like calm, nothing is going on. Then boom, it's at 100. Then everybody wants something. Can I get this? Can I get another one of this? Can I
I
order
do
food?
it.
Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I do
Yeah.
this? That's
Hey, you know
that's
what,
rough.
Brad? Brad, I got a better one for you. I'm 45 years in the business. I'm eligible for the Hall of Fame. I'm gonna get you a fat head of me. Put that in front of you. Put the glasses on. You can.
No, no,
You better have a fat
no.
head of John. Okay, I'll get you a fat head of JB.
JB's the man. Anything JB touches is the Midas touch. Now you should learn from JB,
Mhm.
but you're a know-it-all, right? You're a
No,
know-it-all behind the bar.
I'm not a know-it-all. I'm not sort of other people in your life, but no,
Yeah,
I'm not a know-it-all. Um,
yeah.
let's keep JB on
Mm.
because we're I want Brad to talk about something's going to happen at the end of this month. So we're changing up a little bit. Besides our testimonials, Keith Berman, man, geez, we,
Oh,
we, we have a guy that I'll let Brad take it from there.
I
We have a
love him.
guy with my best friend's cousin. Is fighting pancreatic cancer, and he
Oh wow.
is he's killing it. He's gone farther, right? I don't want to jinx it, but he's going farther than anyone else should normally do. And with just dignity and positivity, we love him. But
Amen.
tell JB, besides you trying to do his podcast, tell us what we're doing in May.
Well, first of all, I want to shout out to Keith. By the way, he'll be sitting next to you one night only, JB,
Hmm.
at the Tropicana
Hmm.
reunion. I want him right next to you. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have about four girls dancing for him while Fish is in the car crying. But
I'll be like,
we are we're very excited about this. So we are changing our name from Fat Fish to
Mhm.
Fish and Snacks.
Um,
And it's kind of a reboot. We're doing some different things. We're very excited about it. And also, guess what? Eric Fish Snyder is coming to LA
awesome. Awesome.
and he's going to meet my parents, kind of like the movie.
Hmm.
I'm going to introduce him as my gay lover,
can
which
you
is,
not be there? Can you not be there?
oh no, I won't be. I won't be. I'll be in Vegas.
That-
We're going to do a switch,
with my
like
sister, right?
yeah.
That'd
No,
be great.
no,
That
with
would be a
Vicky,
great show.
Vicky and
Let
Max.
me have your parents for a week. They'd adopt me. They would.
They would?
Oh yeah.
Sure they will. They call Beverly Hills security, the SWAT team out to get you out of the building.
Sure.
Yeah. No, you are a lovable guy. I don't know why, but you are a lovable guy. By the way, can you get some fucking contact? Take your glasses off. You're not a bad looking guy. Take your
I
glasses off.
can't. You're
Just
talking
take
to
the
a guy.
glasses
You're
off for a
talking to a
second.
handsome guy in the middle that wears glasses, so you
Wait a minute.
understand.
Wait, JB, take your glasses off, and you take your glasses off. Jesus Christ, Denzel fucking Washington. Look at this fucking guy. No, I'm talking about you, Fish. No, you're like Barney fucking Fife. You're
He looks
Barney
more like
Fife. You're Don
he's like
Knotts.
Terry Crews
Ralph
with a nice
Furley.
beard. Terry Crews and I'm Eric Roberts. Brad, I have
Eric
to warn. I'm allergic. I'm
Roberts.
allergic to contacts. I'm allergic to lasers. I am Clark Kent, buddy.
No,
Okay.
you're Don Knotts. You're Ralph Furley. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Right.
You're the Apple Dumpling Gang.
Apple
God, that dates me. God, does that date me? Oh
He
shit.
lives in the 70s and 80s. You know how happy he is when that thing came in the mail. That would that come UPS or Amazon? The fathead. How'd it
Uh,
get there?
oh, yeah. Went to my office. Oh my gosh, I opened it so fast. It was. So I have Don Rickles, I have a fathead myself, and I have John Candy as Del Griffith from one of the great movies, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah.
And then I got, of course,
Here we go again. Jesus.
Dewey Oxburger.
Yep.
What a shame.
They
You
call
know
me
what?
the Ox.
Yeah.
Instead of
Great
doing a
movie.
remake, Brad, of JB of or the Hollow Tropicana, you know a lot of people in the business. Do another Stripes remake. Tell Bill Murray you want to be Dewey Oxburger's grandson, and
I want to do. I want to do
he
the
could play.
Ron.
That's a great story. Bill Murray
Yeah.
comes back to be the Sergeant Hulka, right?
Hmm.
And
Right.
there's problems in the world right now, and the Trump administration puts him somewhere. And yeah, right. It's a good script. JB agrees. All right.
JB,
You're the new Dewey Oxburger.
You
I'm
gotta
writing
take.
a new movie. It's a story, the Ron Jeremy story. Fish
Uh,
is going to star of a
Thank you.
man with a very small
Thank
peepee.
you,
It's the
Ron.
other way. It's the other way.
Ron
It's small
Jeremy.
peepee. It's called Small Peepee. I've been a bartender for 45 years. It's a great story. It's a love story about a man who's in love with his small peepee.
Yeah, well, that's very funny.
who's
Yeah,
gonna
let's
play
yeah, we
Francis
yeah
in
yeah
your
that
reboot of
that I
Stripes?
have a better chance of getting Stripes 2 made than you getting that made because one thing's not small, and the other thing is Ron Jeremy is blessed. I saw him in one of those pornos. My God, he's the ugliest looking dude in the planet,
Oh,
JB. But he's got a monster. It go he walks outside and pulls it out, and it lets you know what the weather is in San Diego.
oh my God.
It's a Farcos.
I met him.
Huge.
I met him at the Tropicana, and I kind of called him my friend before all this crazy stuff he's done. And he's in a loony bin. He's crazy, and he's not going to jail, but he's sitting in a room to die. But the bottom line is, he was an actor from New York, and then he couldn't get parts, so he looked down. And he goes, "Wow,
Look at
maybe I
that
could be a
part.
different kind of actor." You know what I'm saying? And real character. I mean, when he was. Oh, well, he was probably doing all that, abusing women for many years, but
Mm.
it's just crazy. By the way, I heard a rumor that JB, you were at one of those freak off parties with P. Diddy. Is that true? Way back in the day. Is that true?
No,
Don't do
man, I
that to the
get
guy,
down like
man.
that.
I'm
I
teasing.
did not
Let
get
him
that.
go away with R. Kelly or Harvey Weinstein, another one, Bar Mitzvah boy. What a nice
Yeah.
guy he is.
That's
Yeah.
who you look like
Oh,
now.
no, I played him. I played Harvey Weinstein in New York, CSI New York.
Oh
I
my
played him.
God.
Yeah,
You,
when I was
you
heavier. Yeah,
nailed it.
Mm.
Yeah.
I
Oh
did. No,
God.
I'll have to get that scene. Yeah, I wasn't too happy, but it was work. I got a
Yeah.
check.
That's
So
crazy.
Get us out of
J-
here.
JB, ladies and gentlemen, the Philly Thang. In
Don't forget,
2025, he's going to have his own podcast with me
I will.
called Thang and Snacks. Okay,
Yeah.
and
When
this
you
is a
guys do that,
yeah.
fish and snacks goes to fish. I'm not gonna say it.
101, baby. 101 in the books. JB, everybody.
All right.
He's the
Thank
man,
you, Brad.
Jason Philly Thang. Thank you so much. Say
Thank
hello
you,
to your
Brad.
beautiful wife.
Yes, sir.
Fish, do me a favor. Don't call me later. We'll see you on 102. Dave Linden, take us
You've
home.
been listening to the Fat Fish Podcast, heard on
Dave
all
Linden,
your
take us
favorite
home. Are you
platforms.
putting Dave
Until
Linden?
next
It's playing.
time.
Oh, it is.
Shut
Okay.
up. You're the one with internet connection, jerk off.
It's so bad. We're 101, JB.